Coming to you live and electrified. This is Live from the Double R podcast. My name is Noah.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Casey. And it's all the boys back in the booth for a holiday special,
The
guys.
Booth Boys. The holiday special that nobody asked for.
I'm so excited.
But
I
us.
could just get up on this booth right now and start jumping around.
Do it. Show
Like
us,
Tom Cruise.
show us a little dance,
Or like
man.
Bobby Flay in Iron Chef, remember?
Did
when
he
I
talked
talked about this?
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
He was very dishonorable.
yeah.
Do you guys remember that Tom Cruise jumped on the couch? Is that like a memorable thing for you?
on Oprah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a classic, like, meme,
That's cla-
basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering, but do you think people know? Do you think, like, does your, like, brother know that? Your young brother, Jordan?
Jordan.
I don't
Would he
think
know
so.
of that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Shout out to Jordan, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout out. The boy couldn't be here
The boy couldn't be here.
for this holiday special, but
Boy gone.
we just figured it's the holidays. We haven't done this in a while. We really wanted to come together here at the Double R
Yep.
and do a show.
And I'm gonna pour out a little coffee right now for Jordan.
Yeah.
Can't be with us right
Yes.
now. He's still alive. But
I see
he's
you've
just
got
not
your
with us.
rotisserie chicken.
Of course.
Yep.
Yeah. What are you rocking over there, Noah?
I've got my edamame sushi.
Oh,
It's been 3 months since I've had it.
man.
Yes.
I mean, Norma's fired up to serve us again. And
Kev, what are you having today?
Stock standard issue, cherry pie and coffee.
I know it.
Sorry.
Hey, do you guys celebrate the holidays?
Actually, as a matter of fact, I do.
Okay. Tell me about it. What specifically what holiday do you celebrate this time of year?
Oh, I mean, you have All Hallows Eve, right? You've got Pumpernickel Week,
the winter solstice.
Winter Solstice. Thank you, Noah.
Yeah.
You've got in-law love time.
Not time?
Oh my God. Yeah, you got Turkey Day.
Okay, what about one where there's like a tree, you put presents under, there's Santa stuff?
Hanukkah.
Is this something that you partake in?
I think I know what you're talking about. Yes, yeah.
Yeah?
We partake in. Yeah,
You're a Christmas guy.
Christmas guy.
Noah, what
Right
about
here.
you?
Fam does a little of both.
A little of both.
Yeah, since the old man, his side is Jewish.
Yeah.
Mom's side does the Christmas thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, Hanukkah thing is pretty cash.
Yeah.
We have some latkes
Yep.
and hang out with the small amount of people in that family.
Yeah. For a few
that-
crazy nights.
Precisely. Well, it's supposed to be 8, but we just do one brief evening of about 3 hours, and that's
Okay.
Hanukkah for us. And then Christmas is crazy on Mom's side of the family.
Yeah.
It's like all I want to do is just escape and go to the Double R.
Yeah, of course.
It's
So
the
you do
double-
both.
Do both. Yes.
Wow. Are you guys feeling the holiday spirit right now?
I think so. I feel it fondling me. Yeah.
It's snowing outside. It's, feels good in the Double R, though.
Oh,
Norma's
dude,
got
they-
that heat cranked.
They've decorated this place.
I mean, look at it.
It's
They
amazing.
must have stayed up all night.
There's a little menorah on top of the pie case, too, which is very
How
nice.
thoughtful.
Yeah.
Yes.
They-
Yeah. Go ahead, Kev.
I was just gonna say that the cook he looks a bit uncomfortable in his Santa suit, though.
I know.
He looks a bit sweaty and scratchy.
Yeah, they go all out here.
Yeah.
It's a tradition.
It's like, come on.
Is that Toad in the Santa suit there?
I think it is. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I can't tell if he grew out his beard or if that's a fake beard.
Yeah.
It's I thought it was Santa.
Guys, I don't know. What I do know
What do you know?
is that it's been a while since Twin Peaks Season 3, The Return, has ended.
And it's about to come out on DVD.
Is it?
Yes.
Do they still make DVDs?
I saw.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I saw just a little clip of like a bonus thing. Have you guys seen any?
No, I
any of the
haven't.
No.
footage?
No.
There was just like a really short clip of David Lynch in the woods.
David Launch?
David Launch in the woods, and he's just screaming, like he's really upset about something, and he says something like to the effect of like, "The plaster of Paris, motherfucker," or something like that. It's
Awesome.
It looks. I'm very excited to watch those.
The artwork looks cool. 'Cause
Does it?
It's like half Mr. C's face, half Cooper's face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And they're calling it, it's like Twin Peaks Special Edition. It's not even, if I recall, I remember initially it was just called The Return, but It's not season 3. It's not the return. It's just called
It's
Twin
just
Peaks. Yeah,
Special edition.
that's what one of the more recent. I don't know what you want to say. DVD art covers was, I guess.
Well, maybe we should rename this episode from the Live from the Double R holiday special to Live from the Double R.
Yeah, we got the
Special
sleigh
edition.
bells and the
Special
music
edition.
now.
Yeah. I'm
You know what?
saying it should be special edition.
Yeah. Oh, this is
Yes.
very much a special edition.
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
sorry.
So
It's very
do you-
special.
So Noah, do you hope to get your little stuffing
stocking
stuffed? Jesus Christ!
yeah,
forget
I
it.
do.
With that little special edition DVD.
I do. That would be great, but
Yeah.
also part of me just can't wait to maybe buy, because I think it actually comes out in a few days.
Wow.
It's
It's the 7th at the time of recording.
yeah, and I believe it comes out. Maybe it already is out. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows? We're going to be talking a
Yeah.
little bit later about stocking stuffers and gifts, the like. But for now, I want to get you guys' take on, now that it's been a few months since the show has been over.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? How's it been sitting with you?
You know, to be honest, I haven't thought about it much.
Yeah?
I was thinking about it hardcore after that last app. I diving right in, reading everything, going mental on it all.
Yeah.
I even went down a little David Launch YouTube hole. And sorry, real quick. I don't want to get off track too much. Have you guys seen this video of David Launch
Making
cooking
Brussels sprouts or
quinoa?
something? Quinoa. Yeah.
Have you seen this?
I've
Noah?
heard
Yeah.
about this. I haven't seen it yet.
It's about the goddamn greatest thing I've ever
Yeah.
seen. I mean, it's excruciating. He shows people how to cook quinoa in this infuriatingly like low lit, like grainy footage, and while he's waiting for it to cook, he escapes into his little den, and he gets recorded like in a dark room with a cigarette, telling a story of, I don't know. You must watch it.
Yeah,
You must watch it.
This is a must watch.
This is a must. I'm putting my must watch stamp on it. Yeah.
Right.
I've been following a lot of Kyle MacLachlan's social media.
Have you?
He's been super fun ever since the
He's-
show's been done.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's done a ton of interviews. For Halloween, he posted like literally 1,000 fan submitted Twin
yeah.
Peaks related things.
Saw that.
I went
And-
as Mr. C
Yes, you
for Halloween.
submitted.
Unfortunately, I didn't make the
You
cut.
make the cut?
Who
Jeez.
voted? Who judged that?
I think just him
his self.
and maybe his assistant or something.
Yeah.
But
It's funny. I feel like
he's a big Halloween guy.
Yeah.
From what I understand, he says. I watched this interview with him where he said that in his building in Manhattan, they open the door and they really go all out to make it really, really creepy. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, it's not so great when little kids come by.
He seems like he's actually doing his own Instagram.
Oh yeah,
It's interesting
for sure.
to see like famous people. You can always tell like if they're actually doing it or if
What's
it's,
his Instagram game like?
his Insta-
Case?
Well,
How's
yeah.
his game?
His game is top notch. I mean, especially while the show was going on, I was following him, and he's very engaging with his audience. He's constantly updating. It seems like he's just always out, like hanging out with cool people, getting to meet cool people.
Yeah, he was doing some
He's always,
modeling with Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's hanging out with Fred and Carrie from
Yeah.
Portlandia because they
course.
wrapped up their season, and
Yeah,
He's a pretty cool guy.
he had a pretty fun.
he seems like the best dude.
He had a pretty.
He's almost cooler than
Cooper?
Cooper.
It's hard to do that.
Character he portrays.
Exactly.
Well, getting back to your question,
Yeah.
how has it sat with you, Noah?
Yeah, Noah. Lay it on me.
The more I think of The Return
Yep.
specifically, I like it more and more
Okay.
because it felt like almost an entirely different show
Yep.
than what we saw in the first two seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I had more the darker Fire Walk with Me, but also a completely separate thing. I haven't gone back to do a rewatch or anything. I watched the
Mm-hmm.
first episode, which was free on YouTube via Showtime, but I
Yep.
canceled my Showtime. So
Sure.
I've watched some scenes here and there, iconic moments like I Am the FBI,
Yeah.
and I've watched like the last scene a couple of times. And overall, I think it was really cool. The long wait ultimately had a huge I love the payoff for Dougie turning, waking up and turning into Cooper is what I'm
Yep.
trying to say.
Sure.
I remember being so kind of frustrated with it when we were watching it live, even though I liked Dougie Jones a lot because he was the comic relief in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that payoff ruled so hard.
Yes.
That's tight.
And I really like some of the characters that they introduced a lot. Like Janie E was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Bushnell.
Yes.
I mean, the Mitchum Bros. I know we're all kind of iffy about them to start, but they end up being like.
Oh,
I know
They
we
won
had the
us over.
award. I know we did the award show.
Yeah, right.
But like the Mitchum brothers are so cool, and I love Janie E. Like I said, and I know we talked about like some of the more jabroni like new characters, but
Yeah.
there really weren't. If you think about like the old stuff when it was like Hank Jennings and then some of Josie Packard's goons, like that Jonathan guy.
Yeah.
and,
It was a slog.
yeah.
Yes.
There-
rough.
At times.
I really liked where it went, and I feel like I'm the only one out of this group here that's read the final dossier,
The final DOS.
which was very, very interesting.
I have, and it just have not finished it.
You've begun.
That's right. You
I
bought
was-
the physical book, and I, got
was
the
gifted
audio
it.
book.
My sister Megan, what up, Megan?
Yeah.
Shout out to Megan. She bought me
Okay, so all three of us are representing different levels
different
of
levels.
experiencing
So
the
if you're
final
if
dossier.
you're listening to this podcast right now,
Yeah.
whether you have read it, you haven't read it, or you've read it a little bit, there's something for you. Here.
There's someone here that you can relate to.
yes,
There's definitely some
For-
answers.
that's
For Noah has read the whole thing. Kevin has read a partial. I have not read a single letter.
a single
Not,
letter,
Nor word.
nor word,
Not a letter.
nor a sentence.
Do you have-
certainly
Final
not a
dossier.
paragraph?
Well, do you have any question about a character from? It basically follows up
Okay,
from
well,
people
let's
season
get
2
into
on.
it.
Let's.
Yeah.
Should we get? I mean, I was going to
What
ask
is it?
how I was going to ask how this season sat with you. By the way.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
let's do that
well-
real quick.
Kind of samesies is what I said before. Although I think that I look back on it a little bit more fondly. I realize now that there's a lot to like about it.
Yep.
I think towards the end it was just so heavy that I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't sure if I liked it or not.
Right. Right.
And it sort of like represented parts of Twin Peaks that I'm not a huge fan of.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I think about it, there was such like awesome stuff in there. Like specifically the guy that was into his green tea latte, like shit, like
Frank?
that.
yeah.
I-
Totally.
Yeah, man.
That stuff it was well worth the watch, and I'd say I liked it. It's been kind of fun. Some people I work with are watching it now,
Yeah.
and it's like it's so hard to talk to people as they're in the middle of it.
Right. Right.
It's like it spikes. It goes in so many directions like throughout the season. Like I'm trying to like gauge where somebody is and like what, not just like what I can't spoil for them, but just like thinking about where their frame of mind is like based on whatever episode that they're
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Like have they watched episode 8 or not? Like that's like
Right,
The
yeah.
season is based like before
Everything
like
before
pre-8
that.
and
Yeah.
post 8.
Yeah.
Like
definitely.
stuff like that. It's crazy.
What's funny
It's-
is right now we have this dilemma where people are wondering if they should see The Room before they see Disaster Artist.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Of course. Like The Room is like this great cultural phenomenon, like of I guess more cult in a
Yeah.
way, but like I think I haven't seen Disaster Artist. I'd like to see it this weekend.
Yeah.
But I love The Room for how bad / good it is. But the other thing is, people would ask, like, with Twin Peaks, should I see Fire Walk with Me? It's like, well, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I had friends watch The Return without seeing Fire Walk with Me, so they had no idea who, like, Philip Jeffries was.
Oh, yeah.
Or Carl,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
and
Oh, it's hands down.
The Blue
It's
Rose.
It's mandatory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's absolutely mandatory. And I had a friend of mine. He like was 7 episodes in. Was like, I finally got Fire Walk with Me because I didn't understand like what this Blue Rose thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be rough.
Yeah.
Not knowing any of that stuff. I feel good about it as a whole. I must say, in a way, I'm sort of glad it's done. I made no secret. If you guys remember, I made no secret of the fact that I was a little bit disturbed by everything. I'm sensitive to these things now. I'm scared more easily.
Yeah.
Violence affects me more as I'm older and I'm a parent and everything. And so for me, it was like kind of like something really hard work, but really enjoyable hard
Like it's
work.
almost a relief that it's over. It's
In
something
a
you
in
don't
a
have to,
way,
like, kinda,
yeah,
like, deal
and
with.
it's and there was just like the whole time like such anticipation of like, where is this going to go? Is this going to suck? Is this going to be good? And in a way, I have to say it was a little stressful, but I felt it was great. I thought there's some great stuff, and I can say, yeah, Twin Peaks: The Return, awesome.
Hey,
Loved
thumbs
it.
up from this guy.
Thumbs up from this
Yep.
guy right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll give 2 thumbs up.
2 from Noah.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I've gone back to watch the original series too, just kind of as I go to sleep at night, which is
Yeah.
maybe kind of weird, but I just totally like how they're completely different from
Yeah.
each other. But
Yes.
there's also small little things where if you don't catch it in the original series, where it kind of like portrays into, or I guess parlays is the word I'm looking for, into the return.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hawk says something in the second season about like the Black Lodge, and if you
Yeah.
face it with imperfect courage,
Yep.
utterly annihilate your soul. And I think that has so much to do with what has happened with this Cooper of whatever we've seen,
Yeah.
especially the last couple of episodes. And I think that's like the biggest rabbit hole for me has been like episode 17, episode 18. There's been all these things online saying like if you sync them up, like
Oh, God.
really like
That's
18
stupid
is like
shit.
the second to last episode, and
Yeah.
17 when they're in the sheriff's station and NATO turns to Diane, like that's like the true finale or whatever.
Yeah.
I went back and I listened to one of our podcasts about the sound in the boiler room. And I said my prediction of, Freddie and James were going to be down there because Ben Horn like told them to go check in on that noise in the boiler room.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. And I predicted that Philip Gerard was going to be on the other side of the door and tell them to go to the Roadhouse, and then their destiny will be from there.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that I said that Gerard was going to be behind that door, which he was.
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
I totally
Oh, yeah,
forgot
good
about
call.
that.
Wow.
Nice one.
I'm going to have
yes.
to go back and listen to. I'm going to do a re-listen of our own podcast.
That was
Yeah.
that was lucky
Would be.
by me, basically. Super lucky.
So we've got we've got
What do we
the
have?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
We've got the final dossier.
It's the final
Came
one.
out. The final one that
It's
was written by
it's
Mark
one,
Frost.
one of 2 books, right? Or 3 books?
2 books,
that he's
right?
written.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't realize it was multiple parts.
I think there was.
Well, there was the secret history.
The history of Twin Peaks.
Right,
Fucking
that Mark Frost wrote,
say-
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
which was more.
It's less of a narrative sort of thing.
Yeah. They even kind of hint at how sort of. They just kind of went off like on the first book,
Yeah.
where it was just a lot of history related things, and it didn't really interest. And so they even say like in the first chapter, like I've narrowed it down to the relevant facts.
Oh, really?
So Tammy Preston,
As in, like Tammy says this.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Here's what's funny about it. Okay, so sorry, you're talking the final dossier.
Yeah.
yeah. So this is what was funny to me was that. So
Wait for this.
So, Secret History of Twin Peaks is like so dense, right?
yeah,
There's just so much there.
it's all about
to
like the
go through.
Milfords and
And going really deep into, not necessarily even the theories and stuff like that, but just the Milfords and the families and all this, the secret history of Twin Peaks. you
Sure.
know? But this one was just like, here you go. Here's right? Do you think
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
here
it's
you go, here's
every-
all the answers. Here's
Yeah.
all the, not all the answers, but
there's a lot of questions I feel like that are answered though. And so what it is like from the end of season 2, which was taking place in 1989 or whatever, until post the return. So
Okay.
like Donna, Audrey,
Oh, right.
Leo.
Donna.
There's a lot of answers there. So I mean, if you want to,
Yeah, dish it out
so
on
basically
Donna.
the way that it's written is you've got Tammy Preston
Yep.
is at the end of her investigation into this whole fucking world,
Yeah.
and the book is presented as like classified like files. So like
It's like her giving her reports. To the
her
FBI,
final
sort of.
reports
Yeah.
on all of the characters.
And these file names all end in 119, which was like the thing that the kind of like drugged out lady
kept screaming.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So it's got like Donna Hayward, Leo Johnson, Shelley.
the
It's
horns in general.
the horns,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and it's just like, here's everything that happened to them, and
presented in a way where you could just like look them up. Like you're like, I want to know about this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to like.
Yeah.
that's what I did.
Yeah.
I read it for a little while at the beginning, and then I kind of skipped to just like the characters I wanted to learn about.
You guys dish me some intel on. Please.
Donna graduated from Twin Peaks High, obviously.
Okay.
But if we remember at the end of season 2, that's when it's discovered that Ben Horn's actually her biological father. So she's really, really pissed at her family, and she goes to, I want to say, like the new school or somewhere in New York. And she goes out to New York City for college. Parsons, one maybe. But she becomes a model and essentially like a socialite where she dates like high profile, like hedge fund kind of guys, and moves to like the Hamptons, and she ultimately drops out of school and has like a successful modeling career like in the 90s, but succumbs to like the drug and alcohol lifestyle, and like is in and out of rehab, and at this point she
Her
doesn't-
star rises and falls.
yeah,
Wow.
she doesn't talk to like her family whatsoever. She'll talk
Uh-huh.
to like her sisters, I guess,
Yeah.
and then she finally like gets help after like a divorce in Vermont where Doc Hayward moved to.
Oh.
And he has like a small practice there, which we kind of saw him on Skype or whatever talking
got
to.
Trout.
Yeah,
Yep.
and she is his assistant, and
Oh,
Yeah.
So she landed.
it
Yeah.
sounds like she's just kind of chilling out from that whole
Okay.
world. And
If I were to
she was really
sum it
distraught
up,
from. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
if I were to sum it up for you, Case,
Yeah.
you asked, her star rose,
Okay.
then it fell,
Okay.
and then she landed.
And she landed.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
What are there like stories or things that were surprising or ones that you guys liked?
Well,
the
Audrey
most-
was kind of
I-
explained. I feel like.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So
As like it pertains to season 3?
yeah.
So what happened with her was her star rose, then it fell,
Okay.
and then she landed.
And then she.
No, sorry. Go ahead, Noah.
So after she woke up from that coma,
Yeah.
and 9 months later, she had a child, which was Richard Horn. And I don't know if they never really said who she thought the father was.
Yeah.
Like whether it was that John Justice Wheeler or Cooper,
Uh-huh.
or I guess Mr. C in that
Mr. C.
in that case. But
Yes.
she is a single mom, and starts like a salon, and then one day it just like closes everything down. So she's actually married to that Charlie guy who's
Okay.
her accountant,
Yep.
and between all the events in her life, between hearing that Ben is actually Donna's dad as well, Cooper leaving, being a single mom, Richard being kind of a troublesome kid,
Yeah.
and I guess the land that they were trying to
It goes through the states.
yeah, that becomes a prison. So she's just really distraught, and so she's actually in a psych ward.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that
Wait.
white room with the mirror
Yeah.
at the end of episode 16, I want to say, is a
Bang.
psych ward.
So is she imagining like most of what we saw in season 3?
that's the impression.
that's
I'm
the
getting.
that's kind of
But
what's
Charlie is
inferred,
like
yeah.
her real husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess she was just, from what I guess I remember, maybe I'm wrong, but she'd kind of date.
And he had narcolepsy. That's why he was so tired all the time.
Seriously?
Oh God.
I was going to say, shit, I don't remember that.
He was so sleepy.
Yeah. He was so sleepy. That was the one. Sorry.
I just remember when she says to him, well, I like Billy better, and he just immediately replies, sensational.
So is this
I-
book? Go ahead, Kev.
No, you go ahead.
Is this book Lynch approved?
I have to imagine so. I mean, Froth wrote it, as
Yeah.
you guys would say.
I didn't see Launch's official seal of approval, but
Yeah.
yeah,
But we can
I
kinda
would
take that
imagine.
take that as like this is canon,
But
if you will.
I don't know. Like, I wonder if, like, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, which I very well may be. But I get the impression that, like, Mark Frost was like the story guy,
Yeah.
and David Launch was like,
Who cares?
who cares? I'm gonna, like, okay, that's your story, and I'm gonna make it as fucked up as possible.
Yeah.
In my way. So it's almost like the story was his sort of thing to begin with. So he doesn't need Launch's approval to.
Right. But I guess I asked.
Do you mean on a
because
practical level, like if he had the like legally and all that stuff?
No.
Okay.
I just mean I wonder if he would kind of dispute any of this stuff, like.
I'm sure he ran it by Lynch
Yeah.
before it
You know.
went out to the masses.
Right.
Ran it by who?
Launch. My bad. Leo Johnson,
Launchman. Yeah. What's up with Leo?
very dead.
He's a dead man.
Just
Leo
just
Abel
crudding
Johnson
out in his grave.
is his name, by the way.
Yeah.
Is that revealed in this book, or
Yeah.
should we have known that?
No, it was revealed in the book.
Wow.
Albert wrote his
Abel's a kind of a cool first name.
Abel.
I feel like that's sort of it's sort of like a
Biblical
sort of like-
name almost,
is
would
it-
you say?
Is that biblical?
It is.
Abel.
Cain and Abel.
Oh.
Well, he certainly wasn't able to survive the.
Ooh.
Ew.
Only disable.
Yeah, disable
What
for
are you
sure.
pointing to, Kev?
Oh, just that.
Here at the double R.
Just that big wave on the
A big waveform.
when I went. Yeah, big waveform.
But there's a lot of talk of Cooper in the book.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Judy.
Let's get let's just get
Judy-
into the big meaty
Yeah,
bombs.
yeah. Judy is.
Everyone can read the rest of the stuff. We'll just tell you some big bombs.
Hit.
If you haven't read, now's the time to turn this off.
Yeah, skip ahead a little. I don't know, skip ahead or something.
Skip a
like
little.
I'll say
skip
there's
ahead
some
a
bomb.
Yeah.
A bomb here and there.
that. Yep.
Judy is believed to be Sarah Palmer. Surprise, surprise, because her middle name is Judy.
Okay.
And the young girl in episode 8, who she swallows the bug.
Yeah.
That
is Sarah.
It is Sarah.
It is Sarah.
Wow.
Yep.
Bomb.
Excellent.
Major Briggs had an interesting chapter where basically, he is like Cooper, quote unquote. It's actually Mr. C is like the last person to see him alive. And it sounds like Mr. C tried to kill him at his workstation
Yep.
in a fire, but he somehow survived. There was like teeth left behind that matched Major Briggs.
Yeah.
But then we see in the show that his corpse was like
Yeah.
like a 48-year-old guy
Yeah.
when really he would have been like in his 70s at that point.
Right.
I have to say, tell me if you agree with this now or not, because again, I haven't read the whole thing. But the kind of my overview with this thing is that it basically was like, hey, all the stuff that you guys were sort of theorizing, kind of just like basic stuff. Yeah, that's all right, and here's what happened. But you did it, like you get confirmation on a lot of the stuff that like a lot of the pieces that you put together yourself.
Yeah.
But a lot of the bigger questions don't really get answered as much. Would you agree with that? Was that a fair assessment?
Yeah,
or-
there's I would say there's a lot revealed to the point where it's like, are they going to do a 4th season because of how much is revealed?
right,
But then again, there's also enough vagueness, I think,
right.
where they could do it. I think it would have to be something kind of mini versus the 18 episodes that we got.
Right. Maybe I just have to read more. Because for example, I skipped kind of straight ahead to Jeffries because I wanted to
Yeah.
read about Jeffries,
Yeah.
and it
What'd
basically.
you find?
Well, let me tell you what I found. His star rose, and then it fell.
Oh, just real quick, I
No,
want
no.
to say that
Lame.
Briggs was on to the 2 Coopers thing.
Oh, okay.
And we saw that in the return.
Yep.
Yeah.
He knew that like this Cooper that was hanging around him, something was wrong.
Yeah.
So that's why he left that little like tube in the chair or
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Anyway.
Tight.
For his boy.
Let's hear about Philip. Let's
Oh,
talk about Philip.
I don't know. See, God, I should have done a recap on the book before I came over here. But I basically got like that. Yes, he was time traveling in Fire Walk with Me. So there you go. You know, like
Don't know why he's a teapot now.
we don't know why he's a teapot. We don't know what that all is,
Uh-huh.
but we just know that he went through some fucked up shit. He time traveled. I think there was a mention of. Was there a mention of wormholes or something like that? Maybe I'm tripping out. No, there wasn't. But basically, he was going through like little holes in the universe and time traveling and stuff like that. And the reason why he was so messed up in Fire Walk with Me when he saw everyone was just because his mind was just starting to go at that point because he'd done so much time traveling. He didn't know, as my old man would say, he didn't know whether to shit or go blind. He just didn't know what. He just
Didn't know which
He just didn't know
which
what.
one to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just had no idea whether to shit or go blind.
There's still sort of a question as to whether that's Cooper or not in the Philadelphia offices in Fire Walk with Me. Because if you remember, he says that line like, "Who do you think that is there?"
Yeah.
Well, that's because
I think he had interactions with the bad Cooper
in a different
yeah.
time, in a different space on the timeline. So that's the real Cooper. Then what I got was that it was the real Cooper in Fire Walk with Me.
Yeah.
When he's saying, "Who do you think that is?" But he had already experienced Mr. C or whatever.
But if
so-
you remember Mr. C going to the Dutchman's or whatever and talking to him, asking about Judy or whatever, Jeffrey says like, "Oh, it's you." And we used to talk, and then Mr. C like really like narrows down the date the last time they talked to each other, which was like the "we're not going to talk about Judy" thing.
Oh.
So my question
okay.
is like, does Mr. C have all of like Cooper's like feelings and memories of the original, like the real Dale Cooper?
Yeah, I don't know. I would imagine so.
But I guess Cooper would be like the last like bomb we could probably give you all. But
Hey,
Go for it.
let's do it.
so it sounds like maybe because of him going back in time and at the end of episode 17
Yeah.
to save Laura from getting killed,
Yep.
that everything like totally fucking changed. And the real reason why the good Dale Cooper went to Twin Peaks initially was because she was missing and not murdered. And this caused like such a different storyline. Like Leland Palmer dies because he kills himself because of the
Wait,
disappearance.
according to
Tammy Preston.
so the world that Tammy is living in, writing this book, is not.
Because she goes back to like look at the files of the murder
Yeah.
of Laura Palmer, but it turns out it wasn't actually a murder. It was just her disappearing.
Oh wow.
And
Yeah.
like she goes back to talk to like the cops, like Hawk, etc. And she's like, "Well, wasn't she actually killed?" And like, isn't this why Dale Cooper was here?
Yeah.
And they were all like, "Yeah, I guess that sounds right." But in actuality, she's just missing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
Pretty tight.
that is pretty tight.
Which maybe, I don't know, it doesn't really answer anything as to what the hell was up with episode 18. But a friend of mine brought this up. You know, the long ass car ride from Odessa to the Palmer house.
I remember.
Yeah.
Carrie Page is kind of mumbling under her breath as she's like crashed out. Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I used to
Yeah.
be a lot more wild
Yeah.
in my younger days," or something like that. Where maybe this really just was Laura Palmer taking on a different identity.
She like went quote missing.
Yeah.
Sort of like yeah.
Well, as Kevin said, the missing page.
Right.
In our last podcast.
Yes.
And then when they got to the door, she was probably like, "Oh, thank God my mom and dad aren't here."
Yeah.
And she's just like, "Let's go."
But there are traces of her mom in the like atmosphere.
Because she hears the call for, her name.
Yeah.
And that's what
That-
causes her to scream.
Those last moments of that last episode have really aged well for me.
Yeah.
Yes. That's like when I think about it now and kind of being like detached from my expectations of like what was supposed to happen or whatever.
Right.
It's just so cool. It's like such a cool thing.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah.
It's tight.
Yeah. I mean, even if you can't logically explain it,
Yeah.
it's still pretty tight.
It's super cool.
It's just so creepy,
Yeah.
weird, and awesome.
Is she the
textbook
dreamer?
launch.
Is she?
I mean, it seems so weird because we all. I mean, it was probably Kevin more than anyone, but with the whole "we live inside a dream."
Yeah.
When she hears like her mom call her name out, and then she does the scream that knocks all the power out, and then
Yeah.
we see Cooper and her like stuck in the waiting room, Black Lodge. Is this all like Laura's world, basically?
Yeah,
Don't know.
It's hard to really.
It's nice that we still don't know.
Don't
Yeah,
know.
Like, sounds like this final dossier is good. Answers a lot of questions, but
Yeah.
still a lot that we still don't know.
yeah, that's
I
right.
think that's probably their intention,
Yeah,
right?
I'd say so. I think, Case, I think you're right.
Thank you.
I think you should get it though. I mean, if you don't
Yeah.
have time to read and if you like listening, there's an
Yeah.
audiobook version.
That's an option?
That is an
You're
option.
kidding me.
I'm not kidding you.
Technology these days.
That's what I'm talking
You
about.
can just get it on your Books app if you have an iPhone.
Oh, okay.
And if you have an Android, you should just throw your phone away.
I've been using Audible. That's my
That's your
It's
go-to.
very good.
that's my jam.
Yeah.
Audible is very good.
Yeah.
You know, guys, the Pixel phone is really catching steam.
Is it?
Yep.
All right, what do analysts say?
Analysts have the reports are in. They're saying the iPhone competition has arrived.
Ooh,
This is straight from the analysts.
straight from the analysts.
Yeah. And by the way, they said that it's arrived.
Man, I mean, you can't argue with the analysts.
Yeah. That's true.
You just
So-
can't.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, thanks for giving me a lowdown on the final dossier.
So that's the lowdown, everyone. And Casey on the final dossier.
Yeah, that's all we got.
Noah, you've got a game that you'd like to play for us.
I sure do.
Have us play.
Yeah, so since it is the holiday season
Yeah. Smash it out.
and we're talking Twin Peaks here, I have a big list that I made of every Twin Peaks character.
Okay, did you check it twice?
I did check it twice. Maybe even thrice. Because, third season.
Yeah.
Added more people. But
There you
anyway,
go.
I put them into a list and put it on like a random.
Hey guys,
Generator.
hold on a second.
What's going on, Kev?
He made a list. He checked it thrice.
Thrice.
There's three of us talking about Twin Peaks season 3.
Dude, I'm getting chills right now.
I can't even.
So each of you,
Maybe
Yeah.
you literally can. Eat
I
it.
just literally can't even.
each of you have to
Yeah.
buy gifts for 3 Twin Peaks characters.
3
Oh, this
Christmas
is great, 'cause
gifts.
I am a
Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever.
Christmas,
they may
Hanukkah,
holiday.
Kwanzaa. Yeah,
Holiday
3
gift.
holiday gifts. Yep.
So
This is great because I'm a great gift giver.
I can attest to that.
I find that it's more fulfilling to give than it is to receive. Do you know, what I'm saying?
I mean, so much of the holidays is about this: buy this stuff, get what do you want on your list. But for me,
You get a gift.
giving
it's like,
is
oh.
even better than receiving.
Oh, okay. I got that dopamine hit. Oh,
Yeah.
it's awesome to have this thing. But that feeling, it fades away
So
And
quickly.
What is a lasting feeling is to put thought and feeling into a gift for somebody else.
Wrap it up and give it to somebody, and watch as their face lights up as they open it.
Yes.
They pull that little string, they unwrap that little paper.
Yeah.
There's that little gift.
And that's just
You
how
see
I
their little
feel.
face,
Yeah.
and then a little crack, a little smile comes onto their little face,
Every time.
and they feel their life is just a little bit brighter
What's
than
the
it was
best
before.
gift you've given?
The best gift I've given, the gift of life. To my daughter. Yeah,
Nice. That is a great gift.
that's the ultimate gift, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Hey,
Can you think
Do
of
what
a
I
great
can.
gift that you've been given?
The Matrix on DVD. No,
Matrix
I don't know.
1?
There's an episode.
Did
of
you get that?
No. That's just there's an episode of Sopranos where DJ or whatever the kid's name gets his mom, the mom soprano, for Christmas, gets her The Matrix on DVD, or maybe it's for her birthday or something. And I just always thought that was so funny and shitty, and it just stuck with me. Getting your
Yeah.
mom The Matrix, the greatest gift I've ever received. Oh man, my wife.
This is the
who's
holiday
awesome.
special after all.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we're talking gifts, my wife, shout out to my wife, Rosie. She's hella tight. She's awesome. She's given me so many great gifts. She gave me this soap once. Oh, that smells like wood. And it's the freshest soap.
It's a great gift you received once.
I couldn't believe it when I opened it because I'd seen this soap in a shop and smelled it and couldn't believe how much it smelled like pine or whatever
Wow.
whatever it was. And
How long did that soap last you?
oh,
Was it a bar?
It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been less than 6 months. Case
1 bar?
1 bar.
Nice.
1 bar.
No, you got a gift, a great gift you've
What
received.
was your favorite gift, Noah?
I was thinking about that the other day because
Think about-
you get great gifts during the holidays all the
You do.
time,
Yep.
but sometimes it doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
You think about some of the stuff you got as a kid, and it's like, yeah, this is really cool for like a couple of years. But, you know, I was realizing the other day, because I was still using it from 20 years ago.
Wow.
What?
I can't wait. What?
Nintendo 64, playing GoldenEye.
I'm thinking like a watch or like just some like heirloom thing. Nintendo 64. That is
Yeah.
tight.
Yeah.
That's
Still
legit.
rocking
They
the
built
hell.
those things to last.
Yeah.
Case they don't make them like that anymore.
They don't.
Still got Ocarina of Time, but I specifically got GoldenEye on Christmas Day
Yeah.
Tight.
with the 64.
Would you play in DK mode?
No, I don't like DK mode.
Cougar Magnum.
But I love the Cougar Magnum. But since I've played the game a million times, I do have like every cheat possible. Plus, I had like a Game Shark when I was younger,
Nice.
where you can add more shit. But I'm an infinite ammo, infinite gun kind of guy.
Okay. Do you know where all the respawn spots were? Were you one of those? Did you ever play with someone like that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, I played with somebody. I don't remember who it was, but every time they'd kill you, they would be waiting for you.
Oh my
at your
God.
respawn spot.
What shithead.
Memorized exactly where
That
you're
is
gonna
so
show up.
fucking lame.
Yeah, it's crazy.
God, it's some little Maple Grove shithead figured that out. And
Oh man.
God, how about you, Case? What was the nice gift that you received?
Got a lot of great gifts in my lifetime,
Yeah,
but I think that
tell us about one.
When I think about the holidays
Yeah,
in which we are on this holiday special,
we are on the brink of the holidays. Oh yeah, we're in the
what I can't help but feel the overwhelming sense of is that childlike nostalgia for the season. You know what I mean?
yeah. I do.
So when
know.
I think about my best gifts, I think about when I was a kid.
Yep.
And one year, my parents, they made us think that they didn't really get us anything. And we went like to bed in our rooms, and in our rooms we're waiting for me and my brother 2 bikes.
Oh,
And just to see like bicycles inside a house, like, you know, in my bedroom.
were you shook?
I was shook, straight shook.
That's adorable.
It was amazing.
That's heartwarming.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
probably my
awesome. What a
favorite gift
gift.
that I've gotten. Yeah.
Can I tell you one more little thing? Actually,
Please.
one of the greatest
Please.
gifts I've ever received. When I was a little boy, just a little boy, I for some reason became obsessed with the Nutcracker.
Yeah,
Are you familiar with this?
of course.
Yeah.
I don't know. I am familiar with the Nutcracker. I was not familiar that you
It was a fan.
had a phase where you're a big fan.
Yeah. It was an obsession. I'd almost say.
Then you were a crack man.
Crack man. I thought it was so cool, especially like when he fights the Mouse King or whatever and all
Yeah.
that shit. All the other stuff I didn't really care for. I just love that battle so much.
That battle's tight.
So I asked my parents for a Nutcracker, and by God, I got a Nutcracker that year. And
Damn, dude.
it was really special. But here's the thing. Here's the kicker. Here's the cracker.
I'm ready for it.
I continued to get a Nutcracker every year since. I'm not shitting you. I'm 36 years old. Even when I lived in Australia, I was getting Nutcrackers every year for Christmas.
Wow.
So I have a collection of Nutcrackers that would make your balls break, and make your mouth
Which
drop.
one's your favorite one?
Ooh. There's a surfer one that's pretty tight.
Can I ask you about the surfer?
What? You know the surfer one? You've
course.
seen it? Tight. It's yeah, I got to break those out, man. It's time.
Nutcracker.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. The chimney sweeper is pretty awesome.
Who knows? Maybe this year you'll get like
You got Uncle Sam.
Dale Cooper.
Oh, hey, I've got Honest Abe with the
Hey.
holding the Gettysburg Address. I mean, you could ask me what Nutcracker I don't have.
Right.
I mean, I've got so many at this point. Dale Cooper one though. Oh, I'm gonna look into
Man.
that.
Man, All right, let's
Sorry.
dish out some gifts
off
to
track
these
there.
Twin Peaks characters.
Let's go, Noah.
Let's do it here. So, which one of you would like to start first?
Ooh. How about me?
Okay,
Kev,
Yeah.
you.
Kevin,
Yeah.
your first person out of 3 is Jerry Horn.
I'm gonna buy Jerry Horn for
Jerry Horn.
Christmas this year.
Oh, I think that's a pretty bloody obvious one. I think we need him a baguette with brie
And butter.
and butter.
Butter.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's
I think he will not be depressed about that.
no, he will not be
No,
depressed.
not at all.
Casey,
Yeah, hit me.
Audrey Horn is
Audrey
your
Horn?
first.
Ooh.
I'm going to get her a pop socket.
A
with-
pop socket?
Yeah. A
What's
pop
that?
socket.
What's
okay,
that?
this is this thing that I'm sure you guys have seen these. It's a thing that people put on the squarely on the back of their
Oh
phone.
yeah.
And it looks like a disc,
Yeah.
and you can pop it out so that when you're holding your phone, you can kind of put your fingers through it,
Okay.
keep it from falling out. But you can also use it as like a little stand. Pop your
Oh.
phone up when you're gonna watch something on a video.
So you
That's-
can like
I
hold your
just-
phone without having to hold your phone.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little handle
That's tight.
for your phone. And I just think that Audrey,
I'd never be caught dead with one of those, but that'd be tight.
She would probably like to throw that on her phone. I know she's taking a lot of photos for Facebook and stuff like that. So
She's a stylish girl. She's on the cutting edge of what's going on.
Yeah.
She's plugged into pop culture.
Yep.
She ran a salon, so maybe
She ran a
but
salon.
it is shuttered now. But
yeah.
Well,
Noah, who you got?
my first person is Major Briggs.
Oh,
what would you get Major Briggs?
You know,
I'd get
Major
him
Briggs
a
head.
yeah, floating Briggs head.
I still think
Floating
even
head
if he's
Briggs.
just a floating head, I like to get him some night fishing gear.
Night fishing gear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He takes
He would
Cooper
love
out
that.
for night fishing.
Right.
So
Oh,
What are you
man.
gonna get him? Some waders or some?
you know, maybe a green butt skunk from Harry. Get him to
Oh
meow.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he makes the green butt skunk that his father and his
Yeah.
grandfather taught him how to make. I could get him a new fishing pole.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'd make him
You'd really enjoy that.
a new head out of a potato or a big pumpkin or something.
You'd make him a new head
Yeah.
to attach to his body.
To his body, his headless body. Sorry about that Briggs head. Here's something you can use in the meantime.
I would hope whether it's his head or actually just him, he would enjoy the fishing gear.
Oh, I'm sure he would.
Yeah, that's a
I'm thinking I'm
stellar
gonna go like
gift.
fishing pole.
It's an
though.
excellent gift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? A Rappler 37T, lightweight carbon fiber.
One without like the
I just made that up. That sounded pretty impressive.
one without like the little like dome with the reel in it, like the one where you just whip out into the river.
Oh
or the
yeah.
lake.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't-
It's just got that big thumb button
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
just
that's
hold
it.
that down.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not
Fishing
obviously
is-
not a fisher, but Kevin, your
Kev.
second
All
person.
right, hit me.
Second out of 3,
Yep.
James Hurley.
Tell me when
James
you're gonna
Hurley.
get this guy.
God.
When are you gonna be getting this guy?
I'm gonna be getting him. I'm gonna be getting. Is he? Are we talking about like now? Like it's 2017?
It
I'm
could
getting
be
him a
then. It
gift?
could be now.
Okay. I'm gonna give him the gift of singing lessons. I think.
wow.
I'm gonna hook him up with a nice
What an
singer.
insult.
Wow.
What a sick burn.
I'm trying to take his music game to the next level.
I know,
for
but
him,
what
man.
how do you think he's gonna feel when he opens that up?
I don't give a shit
maybe
because
he's
the rest
really-
of us are suffering. So I don't care what he thinks. It's a selfish gift.
Yeah.
Oh man, Casey, your second person.
Hook me up.
I love it. I love it so much. You get Chad.
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 Um,
Wait, is it Chet or Chad?
It's Chad.
Okay,
Not-
we
not-
thought
not-
it was Chet,
Yeah,
and
it's
then
not
we
Chet
found out.
Desmond.
Okay.
I'm talking about Deputy Chad.
Chad this year.
God.
I'm going all out. I'm getting this guy a Nintendo Switch.
What?
What?
Yeah.
That guy's a total dick. He doesn't
Hey.
deserve that.
The holidays.
Oh, you got a lot of love in your heart,
Do they
bro.
let you play Nintendo Switch in your prison cell?
Probably. He's got a lot of time to do that.
Yeah.
All of his people in there are going to be really jealous of the
God.
Nintendo Switch that he's playing.
You're terrible.
That's really, you know what? That's really thoughtful.
That is
you.
really, that's turning the other cheek.
Yeah.
You know.
Because I'm sure he's just used to getting a lump of coal or like a TV dinner.
Well, that's what-
stocking.
That's what I
Two
would.
TV dinners.
That's what I was gonna say. I would give him a big ass fucking lump of coal.
No one's stopping you.
All right, bro. All right. What do you got?
All right, so I'm going all out in this one.
Okay.
I've got Big Ed Hurley.
Wow.
And so what I was thinking about doing, this is maybe the kind of thing where we could all pitch in on
Love
this
Big
with
Ed.
like some other, with like.
I'd be hella willing to go in.
Okay.
On something.
So,
My
he runs the gas farm in town.
yeah, of course.
However, doesn't have the ability to do overnight 24-hour gas pumping.
Right, yep.
So we're going to get him some credit card machines for the gas
Oh,
pumps.
I like
upgrade
it.
for his gas pumps.
Yeah, because he can only make
Incredible.
his money during the day.
Incredible.
A
So
credit
now-
card, gas pump, POS, point of sale.
Point of sale.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that like too modern? Do you think he'll like it?
I think he'll love it.
Okay.
Hey, here's what you do. You just make it easy for him. We go there, we set it up for him. We make it so that he doesn't have to worry about anything. That the people just pay and the money just trickles into his bank account.
Listen, he's recently gotten back together with Norma, so I mean,
He's in a sunny
he's in
disposition.
a sunny disposition. He's gonna be ready for this.
Okay.
That money's going to trickle into his bank account just like that gas trickles into that tank.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Fuck
I'm
me.
so sad this already is coming to an end, but
Hey, hit me with my third.
you want to go?
Oh,
Are we-
wait.
are we
Yeah,
skipping?
just stop breaking the order, brah.
It's your turn.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Like I said, it's everyone from the universe of Twin Peaks.
All right, here we go.
Kevin,
Last
your,
one.
Your third person is Madeline Ferguson.
Oh God! First James and now Madeline.
Maybe you should have saved the singing lessons for her.
Yeah, true. Good point.
I actually don't know if she's a good or bad singer. She did backups though on
Yeah,
GCU.
she did. She did. Oh yeah, singing lessons are tempting for her as well. I'm just. I'm sorry, but I'm just I think I might get her a new pair of glasses.
I was thinking the same thing.
She
She hated those glasses and she broke them.
Yeah.
Upgrade
that's right.
those specs for her.
gonna upgrade them specs. I mean, we shouldn't be concerned too much about how we look and the things we own and what
Are you
materialistic.
thinking like a Warby Parker kind of vibe?
I'm thinking, yeah,
She's gonna love that home trial.
semi-librarian, kind of. I don't know, kind
You're
of.
giving her the option to make the decision for herself.
Yeah. In other words, I'll get her a gift card to Lens Crafters.
Well, no, with Warby Parker. Are you familiar with?
No,
the
I don't
try-on
know.
system?
I've heard the
Here's
name.
what happens. You go on the
Tell
internet.
me.
It's fancy.
WarbyParker.com.
Very fancy.
And they've got all their glasses.
Yeah,
Right? You
yeah.
say you like 5 of them. I like these. 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 They're gonna send all those to your house, and you can try them on in the mirror.
Oh my God.
And then when you find the ones that you like, you pick those. They put your prescription in them. They send them to you. Those are your glasses.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
That's pretty great.
Don't you remember
So-
her iconic line in the show? She said,
course.
"You see these glasses? I hate them." And she just bends and twists them, and they break.
How's she gonna see?
I don't know.
Come on.
Did you really think that one through,
She
Madeline?
did not. Nor did David Lynch.
What happens if instead of like 5, I'm gonna try out like 6? What do I do then?
You're completely out of luck.
Only up to 5?
Only up to 5.
Oh, okay.
But trust me, 5 is all you need.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll hook up Maddie with Warby Parker.
Yeah.
Done.
It's a great gift.
Tight.
Casey,
Yeah.
the third and final person for you,
Okay.
Janie E. Jones.
Oh, I wish I
Jones.
would have had her. Damn it. Oh, I'm so
I
jealous.
feel like there's an obvious one for this, but I think for Janie E. Jones, I'm
Not-
thinking,
What do you got,
what's
man?
I was gonna say not Evans, but Jones.
no. I've been thinking long and hard about this one.
For the past 30 seconds.
Yeah.
10 seconds, whatever it is.
And I think I'm going to get her an Instant Pot.
Instant
You guys
Pot.
familiar with
Wow,
the
Tell
Instant
me
Pot?
about the Instant
Yeah.
Pot.
She
Big time.
is such a master in the kitchen
Yeah?
that I think she probably cooks so much
Yeah.
that she needs a little bit more inspiration.
Uh-huh.
And with a new piece of equipment, she could just kind of shake it up a little bit more, do some new creative things. with
Get
the
inspired,
Instant Pot.
you know? Get
Yeah.
inspired.
I can't wait to see what she does with it.
So what is it?
What is an Instant Pot?
Yeah.
It's like a modern day like crock pot. So it's like it sits on your counter, you plug it in, and you can do like a million. You can like bake in it. You can make rice. I don't know exactly.
Instantly?
but pretty much. It's like a pressure cooker thing. It's all the rage with the
kids
moms right now. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
all right.
The Jones are kind of like a sandwich family.
They
this,
are, though, yeah.
This might be like a revolution.
Maybe she can make some sloppy joes in that thing.
I bet they'd be
Sloppy
awesome.
Joes.
I haven't had sloppy joes in 20 years probably.
Oh gosh, should we get some sloppy Joes, you guys?
Let's do it. I wonder. Yeah, we could probably whip some up.
That'd be so good.
Do you think Norma could do like sloppy joes but with your rotisserie
Sloppy
chicken
Joe.
instead of ground beef?
Probably.
Yeah,
I mean,
like some pulled chicken from the rotisserie and some sloppy Joe spices.
What is sloppy Joe exactly?
It's just like
It's like a
ground.
gravy ground beef.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, almost like a bolognese sauce.
Do
Or
you guys
something.
like that sandwich?
I loved it.
I
as a
used
kid.
to love
They're
it as a
so
kid.
good.
Yeah.
Unlike the little tiny hamburger buns.
Oh
too.
man.
Yes,
Oh man.
Is that a Midwest thing or is that pretty well?
I don't know.
it probably is. Right.
But I also haven't had it since like a.
Yeah, write us in and tell us.
Hey, our listeners in Brooklyn, New York,
Yeah.
write us in.
In
Tell us
Japan.
that you're familiar with the sloppy Joe.
yeah.
And then someone.
How about the
from-
homie from I think it was Nigeria.
Yeah, that homie.
Yeah.
Let us know if a sloppy Joe is in your vernacular.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Niagara, but say I don't think it's that far away.
No, you got one more gift to.
I do,
to
and I
give,
don't
right?
remember.
do you got?
I've got Pete Martell.
Oh.
Oh.
I think I know what I want to get him. I can get him a new pair of boots.
Oh.
He's always polishing those boots.
With that mink oil.
Yeah.
Come on.
He didn't want to get on his bedspread. So I'm gonna get him. I'm so glad you remember that line. I'm gonna get him a new pair of boots, and then we're gonna go out to the hotel bar, the Great Northern Bar, and I'm gonna get him a nice cold glass of milk.
Oh, nice.
And you know what's gonna be waiting there on the bar?
What?
My gift for him.
What's that?
What are you gonna
A
get?
new percolator.
The new percolator, because that one
Oh.
just smells like
It had
fish.
in it.
Had fish in it. The percolator.
Oh, do people still say bedspread? Or is that sort of like
I think it's a generational thing because my
Yeah.
parents call it a bedspread.
Hey, do
I- I
people-
call-
what
I-
is that, a duvet cover?
I think
Or
so.
just sheets?
I don't know. I call my shit covers. Going under the covers.
Covers.
Yeah, of course. My bedspread.
Do you?
Kevin,
Does
have you ever
anyone
said
call
bedspread?
No, I've never said bedspread. I've said Duna though. Does anyone
What's
say
that?
Duna? I got that
hell
from
is
my
that?
wife. My wife's Australian.
Yeah. Eh?
What's up?
What is a duna?
I'm gonna shout out my wife again.
Is that like a
What's up,
down
Rosie?
comforter?
Yeah, it's a down comforter. It's like the covers, basically.
I have like
whatever
the
the
big puffy
covers is.
white thing from IKEA.
It's a duvet.
That's a Duna.
That's
Okay.
a duna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Because
Can you- let me ask
my
you
main
this.
blanket.
Can you take the? Is there a cover off of that you can take off and wash?
It's basically a giant pillow, right?
I think you could put a cover on it, but I don't because I have another one on. I have like another blanket on top.
It's a
of
big
that.
white
Okay.
thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're meant to get a cover for that.
Well,
I don't know. Sorry.
I'm not-
Who cares?
I'm going to call it a duna. I like that much more than duvet.
Yeah,
Duvet
duvet
is
sounds a
sort of one
little.
of
those,
it's like,
D-U-N-A.
what are you, French?
Oh, yeah. What are
Who are
you?
you trying to fool?
I'm kind of sad that wraps up the holidays for Twin Peaks, though.
This holiday special has been so great.
Yeah, you know what? Really, just real quick,
What?
since just in case it's the last of the last, like you mentioned the mail and the percolator, let's just give a shout out. I mean, we've already sort of shouted out some of the listeners in Brooklyn and everywhere else, but who we got? Steny.
Yeah, let's shout out some of the people that have made it to the end of this episode. We got
Yeah.
John, Stenny, Eileen,
Eileen.
Susan, Wendy.
I want to shout out Johnny and Ellen as well. It's more so Ellen than Johnny.
Do I know Johnny and Ellen?
I don't know if you've ever met them.
Okay.
They're friends, and Ellen
Hey, big shout out to
surprised me.
those two.
Yeah, Ellen surprised me recently by saying that she listens to the show, has listened to
Wow.
all of it. So, big ups
Hey,
to
this one's for you, and
to
I hope
Ellen.
you have a great holiday this
Yeah,
season.
totally. Anyone else? Anyone else? Eileen, we said.
Yeah, I've pulled up a few of those. If I
No,
missed
that's our
anyone.
6 listeners.
I'm so
Elite
curious to
6
know
listeners. Though.
Elite.
who's going to
status.
listen. Because if anyone subscribed, they might have stopped subscribing at this point.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
We got to spread the word. We got a new holiday special edition coming to you guys. It was great to meet you guys here at the Double R.
It's so great to be
again.
back at the Double R again
Hey, let's
with
do it
you
again
guys.
sometime.
Let's
We got to
do
do
it.
like a New Year's
Oh, of
thing.
course. We got to ring it in.
Yeah.
Totes.
Yeah. Everyone from town's going to be here, so
Whole town. Whole dang town.
whole town.
And maybe we'll do.
Whole town.
You guys know, like,
Whole town.
you know what I call Whole Foods?
What?
Whole paycheck.
Whole paycheck, more like.
That's a joke
True.
that
True
goes
statement.
around. Yeah. It's true, and it's a joke that goes around.
That's why I buy my my produce at the grocery store where Sarah Palmer freaked out that one time.
Yeah.
That's what that grocery store is now known as.
As what?
Let's go to the place where Sarah Palmer freaked out that one time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where I go get my jerky.
What kind of jerky?
You know.
They got a lot of it there.
They got a lot.
Right behind the
Do you think there's a
cashier.
rotisserie chicken jerky?
A rotisserie
Ooh,
chicken
if there
flavored
isn't.
jerky? I don't know. I have to look into that.
Well, you certainly have enough. If you want to experiment and make
Might
your
take
own,
this- I might take what I've got left here and put it in
what
the,
you've got left is
dehydrator.
7 rotisserie chickens. I
Yeah.
mean, I know it's the holidays, man, but you could have toned it down.
We should get him like a CrossFit membership after how
Yeah.
many?
What would based on this
Yeah.
this podcast? What would we give each other,
Oh
or do we just want to end it?
no, Kevin! I'm getting you a pop socket. I think you're really gonna.
Thanks,
enjoy
dude.
that.
Thanks, dude.
Uh-huh.
Appreciate it.
You got a new phone. You need a new pop socket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to keep that shit tight.
I'm gonna get Kevin a Moby therapy pillow. You ever heard of like a therapy pillow?
Is it like a long one? It's like a body pillow.
Yeah, but like
Oh,
you
it's
take
like
out your
something
you can
Oh,
like
sure,
rough
sure.
her up a little. You know,
Yeah.
you can like wrestle with it or like
Dude,
just
that'd be
punch it out.
great.
But
Yeah.
I'll put Moby's face on a
Stupid
therapy pillow.
fucking head on it.
I don't know if it's actually called. I feel like therapy pillow is like more comforting and like soothing.
Oh, supposed to like, yeah, okay.
I'm thinking
Make you
more
feel
like
better.
you take this thing out, like like the complete, like annihilation of like this pillow will
Right.
have
I'd
Moby's
love
face
it.
on it.
I
Yeah.
could just make a nice little effigy out of that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like before you go to bed at night, like you could, jump up on your bedpost and give like a Randy Savage top rope elbow to
Love it.
Hey, did you ever have those wrestling, like stuffed?
Oh, for
stuffed
sure, dude.
things?
No, I never
You know what I'm
had any
talking
of that
about?
stuff. Yeah, I do.
Those things are cool.
Yeah, those things are
They're
tight.
super tight.
Yeah, we had an Andre, we had a Hulk
Did you?
growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. I didn't have any of this cool stuff.
You didn't have what cool stuff did you have?
I had a Civil War replica Union soldier hat that
Yeah?
I loved. Yeah. And I had
you
a lot of
wear it to
nutcrackers. Tell you what,
Yeah.
nutcrackers
Yeah.
all day.
That's tight though. That's
Yeah.
cool stuff.
Yeah.
I would categorize that.
I never got that in the Nintendo. That. You know what I did have with those Crossfire.
Crossfire is cool.
Dude, that's
Ball
one of the
bearings.
best. Would you
Yeah.
call that a board game, or is that more of an action game, or like
Action game.
Yeah, I mean it's
There's
obviously,
there's no skill to it.
No.
But
I mean,
I guess what I meant is like, what do you call something like that? Do you call that
Right.
like an action game? Because there was like
Yeah.
Hungry Hippos, which is just it's not
An
a
action
board
game,
game.
sort of,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
In Crossfire, I would always try to load up my gun. There's like the rectangular compartment
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
load them up. You could not get that thing full enough.
oh man, you're just like
all the ammo.
yes.
I remember once I accidentally swallowed one of the little like
Did you really?
marble bullets. Yeah,
Did you find it on the other end?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Did it
Yeah.
hurt?
No, because they were like pebble size.
Right.
They were pretty small.
Or you were
Right.
looking for it, and you found it
I mean,
in your poop, is what. I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah. No, it was
Okay.
like pretty like
Took it out, gave it a wash, chuck it back into the
I was
rectangle.
like 6 or 7 years old when that game came out, so yeah, I was a little embarrassed by it.
How did you swallow it?
Honestly,
You were just playing with it in your mouth and just like sort of accidentally swallowed it.
I don't even remember exactly what I was doing, but I remember we were just kind of like, it was either me and my friends or like cousin or brothers, and we were just like, doing shit where you're being really juvenile and you're like spitting out like,
okay.
like not hawking a loogie, but you're like hawking one of those marbles at someone or
Yeah.
something. And I think I put one in my mouth and I accidentally swallowed it.
Were you terrified?
Wow.
when it
Yeah,
actually
I was
happened?
so scared. I like ran downstairs like
Poor
telling my
thing.
parents. And
Aw.
I remember them
Noah.
just kind of laughing and be like, "It'll come out, don't
Yeah.
worry."
Aw. That's cute.
I also do the thing too
Poor
with
little
blow
Noah.
pops where
Yeah?
I swallow the gum portion.
Do you chew it
Oh,
and
really?
then swallow it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then it took 7 years to digest or
Why
whatever.
just-
Do you
why
remember
just
that?
Blow pops.
I don't know because they had the gum in it.
Yeah.
I guess
But
I don't
like
have
you
a lot
don't
of
do that with
sucker-
other gum.
No,
Just blow pop gum.
yeah, because I start to eat like the candy.
Yeah, you're already
shell,
sort of in eating mode.
and then it's
Yeah.
like, oh shit, there goes the piece
just
of gum
keep
in my gullet.